Hey, John Stuart Hill here, founder of the Good Contractors List, and I'm here today with John Guerin of A&G Enterprises. John, we met at McDonald's right when I started this whole company. I mean, it was before we even got launched, right? I mean, it was probably, what, 13?
Yeah,
2013?
I think it was 5 or 6 months before you actually started. So yes.
Yeah, so you believed in this before it actually was a thing.
Oh, I knew it was going to be a thing. Yes.
Well, what was it? What was it about that made you feel so confident?
Well, the concept and your drive,
Really?
your personality and how you presented it to me told me that you were going to see it through, and I liked the concept because it's never been around before.
Right.
So I thought that that being a part of this organization would help me because I see you pushing it.
Oh, that's
Does that
awesome.
make sense?
Yeah, well, hey, man, I love that. I love that you had the faith that God was doing something in me that was different, and we have just loved you being on the team. I can tell you, listen, John has saved me so many times. I've called him out on jobs to, like we'll have a complaint or something like that. This is the guy that I call to come out and take a look at what's going on, because I know he knows his stuff. And that's very important whenever you're doing remodeling. A&G Enterprises is a full-on remodeling agent. Tell me a little bit about some of the kind of jobs that you do.
Everything. We do not do foundations, but from there up we do. Kitchens, bathrooms, room additions. We are very adept at removing a lot of load-bearing walls and opening the house up. We do total house renovations, interior, exterior. We can add on, we can subtract. And we're very adept at working with, if you supply a interior decorator or architect prior, or we can supply them if you need be.
Yeah. So you do design, build, I mean, all the way, just every element, right?
Yes, sir.
You can do all that stuff. Well, I mean, to tell you, this guy is a perfectionist. If you're looking for a remodeling project that you know is going to get done right, that will not allow to be done any less than perfect, this is the guy that you need to go to. Like I said, he's been out on jobs with me to overlook things and kind of see where is this guy missing the mark, and it's really helped us. And the great thing about being part of the Good Contractors List is we don't necessarily just knock the guy off that didn't know what he was doing. We actually use this as a learning experience, and John is a trainer. And he cares about people. One of the greatest things that I remember when I met with you that really made me think that we were kind of built from the same kind of cloth, was that you were already doing things in the community. I mean, you were doing things that you tried to do to help other people become better people. And tell me a little bit about the Dr. Phil thing.
Oh, Pathways.
Pathways, yeah.
Pathways is an organization that was developed by Phil McGraw 30 plus years ago. And it is actually, the best way to describe it is called emotional boot camp. Most, and I will say most, all people have something standing in their way. Be it a family issue, a physical issue, there's something standing in your way from achieving a more lovable you and a more personable lifestyle for you and for the ones around you. And this organization, it's a process. It's a 4-month-long process that you go through, and it helps you find, number one, what's standing in your way, and then when you find that, how to deal with that. And then once you deal with that, it will teach you, which they call the P's, the processes to hold on to what you found. So you don't go back to the same ditch, or you go back to carrying the same bag of rocks you've been carrying around your whole life, right? Or keep picking up the same problem. Right. And it really helps you learn about yourself and what caused you to do the things you've done that were unhealthy, and help you steer you to the healthy part that you're actually after, that everyone deserves and everyone craves.
Sure. Yeah.
But nobody knows how to get there.
Gotcha. Man, so with all this, years and years of doing this, it's really taught you a little bit about how to build right relationships, right?
Yes.
I mean, and that's kind of listen. Whenever you're doing a remodeling project, relationship is super, super important, right? You need to be able to understand each other. You need to be able to have grace for each other, because remodeling is not, everything's going to happen perfectly.
No,
We're talking,
right.
we're talking about dealing with people. We're talking about dealing with lives, because all of us have hiccups in the road. And when you're putting together a remodeling project, you're dealing with a lot of different people with a lot of different hiccups. So,
Well, the main things that with remodeling, if you're working on the outside of somebody's house, that's a whole other prospect compared to working inside.
Right.
Because when you're inside somebody's house, that is their home, that is their domain. And the funny story I tell more than anything else, as soon as I take a lady's sink away, she dislikes me until I put it back.
right.
I mean, it just,
You are no longer her friend.
no, and it even if it takes 2 weeks, I mean, and I tell them at the very beginning, you're going to love what we do, you're going to hate me for 2 weeks, and then you're going to love what we do.
Right.
That's pretty much the way it is.
Well, that's cool. Setting the expectation is really very, very important. And now you probably learned some of those skills while you were learning how to deal with people, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you don't set the expectation, then it can be really chaotic. And remodeling, it's a very emotional thing.
Very true.
It amazes me just how emotional you can get when oh man, the plumber's not going to be able to be out here today. I mean, that could throw off an entire week's worth of work.
Yes, and now in this day and age compared to just 5 years ago, everybody is not just busy; they're swamped.
Yeah.
So a scheduling, having the right crews that you can schedule with that will keep to your schedule
Yeah.
means a lot. I mean,
You've worked with your crews for like a lot of years. Right?
I mean, to my hardwood guy, and my concrete guy, and my glass guy I've known since 1986.
86.
I
Wow.
work with them when I
You're
work.
that old.
I'm that old.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
that's,
I am that
that's
old.
how. That's when I graduated. Was 86. I didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was only 26 then, but I met some really good trades and have had them ever since.
Oh, that's awesome. Relationship. He got onto the Good Contractors List because he saw that it was a relational type of program. We're not Angie's List. We're not the Better Business Bureau. We actually physically get involved if there's issues. He knows because I've called on him before whenever we've had them. So it is a very relational thing. And guys, if you are looking for someone to do a remodeling project, my friend John Guerin is the guy to go to. He knows what he's doing. He's going to do the job right. He's not gonna use bad products. He will not do a job that he cannot walk away from and be absolutely proud and be able to go to bed at night knowing that he did the right thing for you. And so A&G Enterprises.com, right? Is that your website?
Yes, www.
The A&G Enterprises.com, and spelled out?
Yeah, no, ampersand.
Ampersand. Okay, so A&G Enterprises.com. Okay. Or you can always find them on thegoodcontractorslist.com.
There you go.
Thanks, John, for
Thank you.
coming in. We sure appreciate
Yes,
you
sir.
and love you as part of our team.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
If the job's not right, we'll get it fixed. Only at the Good Contractors List.